and I was saying like Paris Hilton, and listen, it is terrible that these celebrities' homes are burning down. Okay, it is terrible. But Paris is like, I love Paris Hilton. Okay, sana. But
I bet you're somebody who knows the full list of all the celebrities who had their homes.
Oh, I know everyone. Also, Mel Gibson's home burned down while he was on Joe Rogan. We have Paris.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would take that trade. I'd be like, you know what?
Like,
it's Rogan.
But he's like, don't worry about it. I have a home in Costa Rica, so it's fine. Like, they all have multiple homes.
They all do.
Paris said she posted it was so kind of maybe a little off base, at least to me, because she was like, no one should ever experience watching one of their homes burn down. And I'm like, no one probably will, except for 999999999% of the population. Also, you are a Hilton. Even if all of your homes burn down, there's a Hilton hotel somewhere that you can fucking stay in.
Walk into any hotel. It doesn't even have to be a Hilton. Do you know what I mean? She could walk into a Ramada, a Days Inn. You're fucking Paris Hilton. They'll give you a room.
Yeah. No one should ever experience watching their Malibu property. One of their homes burned to the ground. All of her animals are safe. All of her children, all of her family, they're all safe. It's just kind of, yes, that is terrible. But
they're funniest when they're just saying true things.
I do know that Mark Hamill had to evacuate. I think his house burned down. Hassan Piker's house burnt down. Oh. James Woods, when everyone was shitting on him, it turns out he was able to return to his home, and it's still standing. It's not. It's not perfect, right? It's still got damage, but it's still standing. So
here's one: Adam Brody and Leighton Meester. If you don't know, you know who they are. Their house, they seem like the kind of couple that probably just has one home. It is in ashes. It is on the ground. But also, I almost don't want to even. Chrissy, you'll die if you see this. Did you see Whitney Cummings talking about what she evacuated? Her house is not.
Cummings? Oh no! Yeah, did one of her
homes want to burn down? And I was like, sort of. I mean, and I thought that she was. This was so unbelievable to me for her. It didn't burn down. It was just her evacuating and crying, and she was saying, "You have to evacuate," and I'm just so sorry. It's like, you really realize what means a lot to you. Here's the studio. Here's my podcast studio. She's like, all I could take was, the mirror that I bought for $1 million that was Carrie Bradshaw's. And,
are you kidding me?
My son. Do you want to see it? I'll play
it. Yes.
Yeah, she was like,
I love her, but I thought this was so dumb.
I saw a tweet where she said the few things she grabbed from one of her homes that she left was a framed photo of the Two Broke Girls. I guess pilot episode. What else did she take?
Something. Oh yeah. Okay.
I remember her being really upset because she was like, "I'm leaving the podcast studio. I'm not taking anything from the podcast studio." I'm like, in the time that you are taking to film this, you could have loaded all your shit up for the podcast studio into a car.
Put a shirt down your shirt. I would put one down both my pants. I would just put my socks, tuck them over my pants, put a mic down each pant leg. And
she obviously had time to grab things, grab stuff that and then decide what was sentimental and what wasn't. If you had that time, you had enough time to go and get a U-Haul and start loading shit up. As soon as you've heard that other people were evacuating, you could have been let's try to prepare this a little bit and get things in order. So if we have to go, we can just fucking go.
And we're forgetting she is a single mother, okay? So obviously a nanny had her son while she recorded herself. She's like, I grabbed my son's birth certificate and just a few things, and then she showed the smoke that was way far away. And I don't think even her house is burned down. You're gonna die when you see it. And I love Whitney Cummings. I think she's great.
We all do.
But this was so silly to me. I'm like, Whitney, if you can't see that this is the definition of fucking privilege. You took Carrie Bradshaw's mirror and your son's birth certificate.
It's just so weird because I remember way back in the day when like no one knew who she was, and like she was just starting to I think she was like writing for Chelsea Handler. Like she would randomly show up on her round table. So she was like but just seeing her in that time of her life of like working her ass off and like knowing, you know, what it means to like not have much. And then now you're like, oh my God, you are so out of touch. And you're not even like one of the A-lister, like Gwyneth Paltrow types. You're still like,
Isn't
you know, like I guess
how
mid-level maybe.
How quickly they fall out of touch.
She's even further back than Chelsea Handler. I saw her on one of the oldest episodes of fucking Howard Stern. It was women think they're hot comedians or something. It's like hottest comedian. Right. I mean, and she was maybe 21 years old. Like
April Macy was on that too. Who else was on that? The Asian chick. I bet to say I'm friends with her. I'm friendly with her. Who knows what she thinks of me? But not Ali Wong, the other one, Esther Koo.
Ali Wright. Just kidding.
Esther Koo.
Esther Koo. Okay. Esther Koo.
I was gonna say Margaret Cho, but I didn't want to throw you off too much and then never remember the person's name. And then it wasn't.
So we're taking a little bit of a break from Dress to Impress to show Chrissy this because I think she's gonna just die over it. Oh my God.
Play it.
I am evacuating my home. And it's so hard to leave the podcast studio behind. I know that's like sounds insane, but I have everything, you know, like my son's birth certificate, but just to leave all this, like, you know, podcast studio is such a big deal to me because like it connected me to so many of you guys. And just to give you an idea, like this is the podcast studio. I don't know if you can see.
We can't. It's way far away, and as far as we know,
no, it's not. If it was outside your window, I'd be like, okay, get out of there.
She's like, I don't know if you can see these what look like clouds, but
is that what is the little fire? Are those the fire clouds back there?
So it's pretty close.
I really like that smoke. That wallpaper. I'd be sad to leave that wallpaper.
I know, and she has like the studio that I like would die over, and then the chic wallpaper. I don't know what is this, like her sitting tea room while she gets ready. You lucky lady.
Go back to the what her studio looks like.
I love her studio. Oh my God.
Oh.
I would do a little bit darker of a blue, more like my color, but I do like all right, well, let's say here.
All this, like, you know.
First of all, she doesn't need a podcast studio
because like
it connected me to all of you. You still have your phone, Whitney. You're connecting with them right now with your phone.
Yeah, you can do this anywhere. You have plenty of money to buy new microphones and cameras to set up a podcast studio anywhere.
And the time yes, exactly, Keanu. And the time you spent making this video, you could have been grabbing more diapers, more jammies. Right.
Well, no, she obviously has help, and the fire is far enough away. Right. Like, I mean, I don't know. Right. But she's like, you guys sent me all of these presents and gifts. And thank you so much, but they may have to burn down. Like,
she's like, you know what? I'm letting them burn here. A lot of them are hideous. The things you sent me, I don't like them.
I'm actually really thankful for this fire, so I can have an excuse to get rid of them.
I feel like a weight is being lifted because I couldn't stand to throw out the horrible things you sent me over the years.
Yeah, like, I really didn't want to deal with the shitty comments of you guys complaining that stuff is gone. It's no longer in the studio and the camera shot.
It worked out great for me that my studio burned down because of all this shit you guys sent me.
Everything's insured. I have so much fucking money anyway.
Now I can start anew. It's great.
Yeah, honestly, I wanted something in red anyway.
Actually, you know what? Paris called me and she said that I could go to one of her houses that didn't burn down. You know, so only one of them burned to the ground and it was leveled.
And do we know if it actually burnt down?
Whitney's
house? I don't know.
I don't think that it has, or else I would have heard. Somebody would have told me. I will double check, but I don't think so far that it has. And again, it is terrible, obviously, but Jesus Christ, You have if you have the time, you are a single mother and you have someone helping you when their houses are probably in danger of being on fire as well if they live in the area. Somebody has your son. So, this is a little bit
there's
odd.
something just like weird and like insincere about her. It connected me to you guys. Like it almost seemed like she was forcing herself to try and cry.
Yes.
Maybe it was her trying to not cry, but it seemed like she was trying to cry.
No, it connected me to you. I don't.
The problem is I think she's actually crying and not going, oh fuck, let me get the fuck out of here, see what happens. Fuck social media for right now. Like she's like, but my studio. Like, what will I do if I didn't have 6 ladies in waiting to carry my mirror from Carrie Bradshaw? Which $1 million item will I choose to bring with me? Like, that's what seems odd to me. And again, I love you, Whitney. I think she'll
great. Never see this. You can be honest.
And the thing is that what she doesn't understand is that it wasn't the podcast that connected her to everyone. It was the fucking internet connection that she's currently using.
Yeah, take the Wi-Fi.
It hasn't blazed through the wires quite yet, but all right. So we'll get to the end.
You guys, and just to give you an idea, like this is the podcast studio, and then I don't know if you can see.
I don't know if you.
So it's pretty close, I don't know what I'm.
It sounds like it sounds like when I pretend cry, like you guys, I'm just like so stressed out. Like I feel like just like I can't.
I don't want anyone's home to burn down.
What it sounds like.
I have a hard time feeling bad for the very rich. When it comes to stuff that they can easily replace. I don't want anybody to lose something sentimental, anything irreplaceable. I hope she got her baby and all her nannies out safely.
Right. All of her maids, ladies,
all those nannies.
Yes. Right. Right. I don't think at this point her home has burned to the ground. I don't even think she'll have to have the wallpaper like de-smoked, to be honest.
No,
but
she'll have to maybe open a window, sage a little. She'll be back in business.
Weird.
Well, what's funny too is like Dr. Drew was talking about how he has now received 2 false evacuation notices. Like they're like accidental. So that might have been an accidental evacuation notice she got, and then she pulled out her phone to cry and only to not have to leave.
Imagine those are actually clouds and not smoke. She just had such a beautiful view. Just clouds. Look at the
amazing.
Oh,
that'd be incredible.
Like you really.
I mean, they look too white to be.
I know what matters to you, and you have to evacuate. I'm not taking the cameras. I'm just like taking little trinkets and like stuff that you guys gave me at shows, and
Show us the trinkets that you're taking, Whitney. Show the camera which items fans have given to you at shows. Show us. Show us what you're taking.
Yeah.
Might not be taking any trinkets.
I think she's putting all the trinkets right in the path of the fire, so people don't have to ask her about that. I'm so sorry. Only the trinkets burned.
Let's
everything else is fine.
Let's make sure her house hasn't burned to the ground, because then I'll eat my word.
Yeah.
Coming.
I hope it hasn't, honestly.
No, I don't want any of their homes to burn to the ground. God forbid. Celebrities whose houses have burned down. I still see no headline about Whitney. Whose houses burned to the ground.
Yep.
Tina Knowles, Carrie Elwes, Paris Hilton, one of her homes, Billy Crystal, Ricky Lake, Melissa Rivers, Jesus, Anna Faris, Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. That's terrible. I knew about that one. Holy moly. I don't see Whitney on this list, so good.
All right.